This show is sponsored by MidasResources.com, your trusted source for precious metals since 1996. Call Midas today at 1-800-686-2237.
Hello. Hello. Good morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado, registered pharmacist number 12275. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health, to your vitality, to your well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure, because the human biological system is always a healing system, it's always a regenerating system, it is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis, without drugs, without doctors, without pharmacists, without insurance companies. It does it on its own, on a moment-to-moment basis, and while some folks may call that healing and regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we can help you. We want to change your life. We want to change your life today. We welcome your phone calls on The Bright Side at 855-660-4261. That's 855-660-4261. Let us help you with your health challenges. Let us show you how easy it can be to reverse whatever your health challenges are, your friends or family or workmates' health challenges. We can help you. 855-660-4261 is our number. Of course, if you have questions about the longevity products or formulations or skincare, ingredients, or if you just want to share a success story or contribute to the conversation, 855-660-4261 is your number on The Bright Side. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised on the program, head over to brightsideben.com, take a look at our shopping cart. We got all the longevity products up there, including the Beyond Organic products now. The Jordan Rubin Swear V and Amasai and probiotic enriched cheese for you guys who were on the phone call, our weekly phone call yesterday. You can find all the products we talked about at brightsideben.com. Just pull down on the shopping cart. And if you weren't on the phone call, join us next week. My friend Dixie Sedgwick and I do a weekly call every Sunday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The dial-in number is 605-562-3140. That's 605-562-3140. Participant access code 444-973-pound, 444-973-pound. Yesterday we talked about the Swear V 3-day cleanse. The week before that, we did ALS. We've covered diabetes and ADD and various subjects. I think we're going to talk about probiotics and digestive health. I'm not sure. I'll get you more information as the week goes on. In any case, you can join us every Sunday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. 605-562-3140 is the dial-in number, and the access code 444-973-pound. Okay. Thank you for joining us on The Bright Side. Once again, we're talking hormone health. We're talking about hormones, what they are, hormone health in general, despite our medicalized and profit-driven healthcare system, as it turns out. Hormone health is under our control. We control our hormones via the thoughts we think and the feelings we feel and the foods we eat and the nutrients we take in. Breathing and respiration and oxygen play a role, certainly, so does water. But basically, it's the thoughts we think, the feelings we feel, and what we ingest, including oxygen, that control that modulate, that mediate the kind of hormones and the amount of hormones that are being secreted. As we get older, hormone health tends to get compromised. There's a lot of reasons for that. It's not just the fact that we don't make hormones, it's also the fact that our cells don't respond to hormones. And having our cells respond to hormones is just as an important strategy as taking hormones in. And we'll be covering that here in the next few days. If you're considering hormone replacement therapy, whether you're a woman or a man, these days men are using hormone replacement therapy, testosterone. And if you're watching TV, certainly you have seen commercials from lawyers who are trying to get together class action lawsuits for people who have had heart attacks from using androgel or other testosterone replacement. No surprise to me as a pharmacist, if you're playing around with your hormones, pharmacologically, in my opinion, you're playing around with fire. If you're considering HRT, hormone replacement therapy, please understand that you've got control points where you can control your own hormones that don't have anything to do with doctors. And you might want to consider leveraging these control points before you resort to pharmaceutical hormone replacement therapy. Natural, so-called natural. There's no such thing really as natural hormone replacement therapy. They call it natural or bioidentical. It's no such thing. But in any case, if you're considering HRT, bioidentical, natural, or pharmaceutical, you may want to consider leveraging these other control points of hormone health. The thoughts you're thinking, the feelings you're feeling, and the foods and the nutrients that you're taking in. As we said on our last program, there's various types of hormones, and you can classify them in different ways. You can classify them by their chemistry, by their biochemistry effects. You got short-acting hormones. Those are peptides and other water-soluble substances. You've got long-acting steroid hormones, and then you have super-duper short-acting substances. Those, I think, are the most fascinating, these super short-acting substances. Some of them come from fatty acids, and others come from amino acids. That's how we started talking about this whole hormone subject. We were talking about the amino acid arginine, and I haven't forgotten that. We're going to go back to arginine because there's a very important short-acting or ultra-short-acting hormone that comes from arginine. But before we get to that, I'm going to talk about some fatty hormones, fatty ultra-short-acting hormones. As we said last week, when people talk about their hormones, they're typically talking about steroid hormones. These are a type of hormone that floats around through the blood. They're called endocrine hormones when they float around through the blood. Not all endocrine hormones are steroid hormones. Some of them are made from amino acids. Some of them are protein-like, and they're water-soluble, unlike the steroid hormones like estrogen and testosterone and progesterone. They all come from cholesterol. But this other class of endocrine or blood-traveling hormones, they're not fatty and they don't come from cholesterol. Things like thyroid hormone or insulin or melatonin, these are all examples of hormones that are peptides or proteins, and they float around in the blood. And, by the way, not all hormones travel around through the blood. And that's where it really, really gets interesting. Some hormones get squirted directly from where they're produced into various openings of the body, especially in the digestive system. We call those hormones exocrine hormones. They go outside the blood. They're not in the blood like endocrine hormones, endo meaning inside, exo meaning outside. Exocrine hormones, these hormones that don't use the blood, like the endocrine hormones, these are substances that make things happen. Remember, hormone means I make it happen. Well, literally means I arouse to activity. I make it happen. And exocrine hormones, like endocrine hormones, are make-it-happen chemicals, except these exocrine hormones are secreted right into parts of the body, especially the digestive system, and they don't even use the blood. There's a really interesting kind of exocrine hormone we talked a little bit about last week, and that's an exocrine hormone that comes through the skin. We call those pheromones. And pheromones have a reputation for being sexual attraction hormones. These are hormones that are constantly being secreted by human beings to communicate messages to other human beings, or by animals to communicate messages to other animals. If you have a cat or you have a dog and you think you're keeping your house really clean and you're getting rid of all the cat hair or the dog hair, you should understand that via these pheromones, it's almost impossible to keep your house or your apartment or wherever you're living clean from your dogs and cats, because they're constantly secreting pheromones, communicating to other animals and communicating to you, communicating to human beings, the mood of the animal or what the animal needs, etc. And by the way, If you ever heard that dogs can smell fear, this is really what we're referring to. Dogs are smelling the pheromones of human beings. There are fear pheromones, scared pheromones, or there's love pheromones. And these are the kinds of communication that occur between animals and animals, between animals and humans, and between humans and humans. They're hormone communications, pheromone communications, and these are all exocrine hormones. All right, when we come back from our break, we're going to talk about yet another type of hormone that doesn't get secreted in the blood, but rather gets pumped out of a cell, and it's really, really interesting stuff. It has a lot to do with nutrition as well. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network.
My name is Kay Swirling, and I am in the early part of my 10th decade. I want to discuss the issue of pharmaceuticals versus minerals and vitamin supplements. I remember a discussion between my mother and me. It was at that time that canned vegetables and fruits were introduced into the U.S. market. It was some time before my mother and others felt comfortable with food in cans. That was also the time when drugstores offered for sale cough syrup and aspirins and not much else. Let's fast forward to this decade, the here and now. Simple drugstores are large corporations with the message that they are the ones who have the power to cure human ills. Meanwhile, the battle continues with minerals and vitamins being the answer to human ills. Who will win the battle? I believe and hope it will be the belief in the power of vitamins and minerals over that of the toxic chemicals in prescription drugs. What do you think?
Quantitative easing, unemployment at depression levels, Europe financial system falling apart, China getting out of U.S. treasuries. At the end of 2008, the time of TARP, the national debt was at $11 trillion, gold trading around $850 per ounce. Close to 2012, the national debt exceeded $16.4 trillion, gold doubled to $1,600 per ounce. The $20 trillion threshold for the national debt is inevitable. Politicians in Washington have a ferocious appetite for spending and stimulus. What's worse, a printing press to finance. 100 years ago, we had a gold standard to limit this madness, but now you have to adopt your own gold standard. Don't be fooled with paper promises. Get Midas Resources 10 Reasons to Buy Gold free by calling 800-686-2237. Understanding the gold and silver market may be the only insurance you could have to avoiding the next economic crisis. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order your free copy. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
At 30dayfoodsupply.com, you can now purchase a one-of-a-kind product not available anywhere else. A meatless burger dry mix in 4 delicious flavors. With our new Oregon Trail Foods vegan burgers, all you do is add water and fry. They need no refrigeration. They're packaged in Mylar bags with an oxygen absorber for a long shelf life. They're non-GMO. They're gluten, soy, nut, and chemical-free, but they're loaded with flavor. And a good source of carbs and protein, yet low in sodium. Flavors include Italian, spicy Mexican, 6 vegetable, and black bean olive. Go to 30dayfoodsupply.com or call 541-229-0010 and order today. Eat them every day, take them camping, or save them for an emergency. Check them out at 30dayfoodsupply.com and click on the vegan burger icon. That's 30dayfoodsupply.com, where all of our products are produced in Oregon by Oregon Trail Foods. 30dayfoodsupply.com.
If you own a business, you need customers, right? Well, your potential customers are listening to this radio program right now, and I can help you reach them. Hi, I'm Matt Brower, a national marketing executive at the radio network responsible for this program. I can help you customize a national radio campaign that fits your budget, large or small, while targeting your specific audience. Contact me to learn how radio advertising can make your business more profitable. mbrower@gcnlive.com. That's mbrower@gcnlive.com.
How many good people procrastinate? When was the last time you updated your last will and testament, your living will, and your healthcare power of attorney? If you could get these documents included with your Legal Shield membership for no additional charge, wouldn't it just make sense to have the peace of mind of owning a Legal Shield membership? Worry less and live more with lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com or call 855-340-SAVE. That's 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
Not just an alternative to the mainstream media. We're the premier independent talk radio network. We are GCN.
All right, welcome back to The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on the archive page at brightsideben.com. If you miss a program, they're all up. 3+ years, going on 4 years of Brightside archived episodes, lots of great information. If you want to search a particular topic, you can head over to benfuchsarchives.com. Thank you to Peter in the UK for setting up a search engine on benfuchsarchives.com. If you have a specific subject that you want to see what the Bright Side